Good morning, everybody. Hazel, the first one in there, coming in from Australia, coming in from down under, as we say here in the UK. So, how are you today, Hazel? It is here Sunday, the 17th of December, and it's just about 10:20 in the morning. I was a few minutes late coming on. Sorry, I was jiffling around. I've been I've been busy this morning. I've got a lot to fit in today because my family time starts tomorrow. So from today, everything has to be done today before I start my family time tomorrow. And so broadcast carrying on from after today maybe like they may be live or they may be videos coming out. But today is a mega busy day. So great to see you in here, Hazel. I don't know if everybody else is sleeping or whether they're going to join us in a minute. Not really good. You've got a nasty cold. Oh, Hazel, dose yourself up, and I hope that that cold disappears sometime very soon. That's not very nice, is it? But hopefully that won't last too long. So I'm fit now for this year. I'm feeling very chipper, fortunately, because of course last year I was seriously ill. But enough of that, because I'm not now, and I'm feeling, very chipper. Looking forward to at least 2 weeks of family time and beyond. I think I'm not quite sure. I have no idea. My children tell me what they're doing, and then I just fall in with the plans because they're the ones that make all the plans. So whether they're throwing me here or there or wherever we go, I just make myself available. And then I come back to my flat doing what I do when they've decided it's time for me to come back. The more time I spend with the family, the better. I love it. But obviously, you know, um, we're not living near each other, but we work it. And I am going to see all my children. I'm going to see all my grandchildren. I'm going to see my sister. I've seen my brother and his wife yesterday. So most of my family will all be fitted in the not too distant future, and I'm excited. And there will be a lot of crafting going on because my grandchildren are very crafty. My little hello Facebook user with a Santa there. Let me know who you are. Hello Ailey coming in on YouTube. So yeah, so I'm seeing all my grandchildren. My little one, she wants to make sure that she can have a go of my squishy machine. She calls it my squishy machine, and I thought, what a lovely expression. My squishy machine, I haven't got one here at the side, is my die cutter where I put the metal dies with the card through the machine and we squish it like that with the handle. It squishes under the pressure, and then when it comes out the other side, it's cut the shapes out. And I did that with her in the summer. So she wants to make sure that when she sees me, she can have a go of my squishy machine. So I shall make sure that my squishy machine and all the bits that go through it are available to her. I think that was a wonderful expression. So I've been a busy bunny. When did I see you last? I saw you yesterday morning, didn't I? So I've had shenanigans since I saw you. Would that surprise you? Probably not. So I want to make some personal jigsaws for my family, right? And to make personal jigsaws, what I need is the photographs. Then I stick those on mount board, which is a very thick card, and then I put them through my squishy machine, through my die cutter, and I've got dies that cut them into jigsaws. And I've got dies that cut simple jigsaws that just are squares, so that would be good for the little people. And then I've got dies that cut very intricate shapes that make it much more difficult for the bigger people. And I didn't realize how difficult that was until I did it once before. And I gave my sister and my brother photographs of occasions that they'd been in, and I couldn't understand why they were taking forever to make a 30-piece jigsaw. Oh, little cough there. So then I realized that it was because the shapes weren't regular square type shapes. They were very abstract shapes. It made it incredibly difficult. And they didn't have a picture of what they were creating at the end, so that it made it even more difficult. Yesterday when I was trying to get the photographs done, I wanted to see if I could get a little photograph printed so I could put that on the outside of the box so they knew what the picture was, but that didn't happen. Why wouldn't that surprise you? Ailey's treated the clients to a Christmas meal using your knitting fundings. We all had a very nice day on Friday. Excellent, Ailey. That sounds lovely. Ailey coming in there on YouTube. I still don't know who the Facebook user is who's put a Father Christmas there. Let me know who you are there. So anyway, I wanted to go, and I wanted a lot of photographs done. I was going to do quite a few jigsaws, because these jigsaws, if you buy them personally and you don't have the equipment, they are quite expensive, 20-30 pounds something for a personal jigsaw. If you've got the die cut, like the die cutter machine and the die cut like I have, it's the cost of the photo. Once you've bought that, you can keep using it and using it and using it, and all you need then is the mount board and the glue and the photograph. Well, these are 5x7, so it's a decent sized photograph, and they cost, in Boots they were costing 60p each. Well, I thought I'd make life easy, because they take the pictures from your phone. You plug your phone into a machine in Boots, and then it's supposed, let's say it's supposed to, because shenanigans, of course. So I thought it would be good if I'm on my Google Photos, I made an album of all the photographs I might want to make into jigsaws. And there were a lot of them, because there's going to be a lot of fun with this sort of thing over Christmas. So I was busy doing that, and you can imagine I take thousands of photographs. So in my Google Photographs, I have thousands and thousands of photographs to scroll through, and I haven't put them all into albums. Note to self. Hi Sam, coming in there from Facebook. So I had not put them into Google, into albums in my Google Photographs, which I really should do that regularly. Hi Elizabeth, because that would make it much easier. But I thought, well, why don't I put all the photographs I want to make into jigsaws in an album marked Christmas Jigsaws? What could possibly go wrong? Well, I spent a long time doing this. I was scrolling through all the photographs, putting them into the album. Then my brother and my sister-in-law arrived. I didn't know they were coming, but I'm not seeing them over Christmas, and I'm actually not seeing them for quite a long time after Christmas. And I knew they were coming at some stage, but they didn't just say when they were coming. So anyway, they arrived for a cup of tea. It's not a problem. I always love to see them. So I stopped doing the photographs, and we had a cup of tea, and we had a chat, and discussed whatever we needed to discuss. They left Christmas presents with me, because I'm seeing the family that they're not seeing. So I'm the carrier of the Christmas presents. Okay, so I now have a bag of Christmas presents to go from them to the others, and I must make sure I don't forget to take them with me, because so they're at the top of the stairs ready. And so off they went, and then I went back to sorting out my album and putting things into photographs. Then I debated whether to get a taxi into town, but yesterday was a fairly pleasant day. I get taxis when it's wet, because of my immune system not being as good as it was, because of having the pneumonia. I'm very wary of being out in the damp and the wet. It's not that I'm scared of it or anything. I'm just scared of getting ill again, and so I take taxis. But the bus service is running again. It wasn't running along my bit at the bottom of the road due to roadworks before, but I checked and it was running again, and there was a bus at 3:30. I thought, oh, I'll catch the bus into town and get a taxi home afterwards. So that's what I did. I got the bus. I was the only one on the bus, so you can see a picture of me on Facebook being privately driven by a bus driver into town. Nobody else on the bus, just me and the bus driver. And I know the bus driver well. Our route is it's a circular route round our way, and the Binstead area where I live does have a lot of elderly people on it, like me, and we all have bus passes, and we all use the bus regularly. So it's a bit like a travelling community centre, and we all get to know each other. And the same bus drivers do our bus route, which is really nice. And that bus driver that was driving me yesterday, Tony, I think his name is, he's been very generous in the past when he's seen me dressed up maybe like this or with wacky hats and things. He said, "What are you doing now?" And I would say, "Oh, I'm raising funds for this charity or that charity." and he's very kindly donated to the charities just because I've got on the bus looking mad and wacky. So it's just so nice to live in that sort of community. Anyway, so I went down to town, and first of all I went to Gibson Gurnelt because my medication was running out and I had to make sure that I'd got the medication. So I went and got my medication, and I bought a few bits and pieces. I bought some lip salve because my lips are poorly, and some immediate hand cream because my hands were, I've been having issues. But I just bought a little one for now because I have a feeling that I might be getting some of that sort of thing for Christmas. But never expect anything, and then it's a bonus. There's just a little birdie's told me something, so maybe there will be this wonderful hand cream. Anyway, let's not worry about that. So I did that, and then I thought I'd better go to Boots next. Although I wanted to go to 1 or 2 other shops, if I don't go to Boots, there'll be a shenanigan with the photo machine. So I got to Boots and I said to the lady, I want to use the photo machine, and she came across and plugged my phone in, and the first machine didn't work. So we moved. It wouldn't connect to my phone, or my phone wouldn't connect to it, whichever way that was. So we went on to the second machine. Sam, I'll talk about Strictly in a minute. Now, Ailey's bought a big puzzle of her dad for your daughter for her 40th birthday, got from Amazon at $18.99 with 36 pieces. Oh, actually, that's not so bad because I've seen there are a lot more. But once I've got the die now and a die machine, obviously, if you invest in that, that's going to take something. But because I do so much with my die cutter, I would have my die cutter anyway. So when the Jigsaw die came up on a sale, when they, I've got more than one of them. I've got the 5x7s, square, the square shape, the regular shape, and the abstract shape. And then, I've just had a text in from somebody. Somebody's coming to collect something, but I can't look at the text while I'm streaming, so she'll have to just wait till I see the text later. So anyway, yes, just let that put me off. Yes, so there were those, and there were some small jigsaw pieces that you can make a little jigsaw that goes on the front of a small greetings card. But and some of those are heart shaped or star shaped or whatever else shaped. So if you haven't got the equipment, $18.99 is not a bad price. But obviously, if you do lots like I do, then 60p for a photograph and one piece of mount board card, which won't cost that much. Not quite sure what that is. That's, I don't know, probably under 50p, I would think, something like that. I don't know. I need to work that out. And then and some glue. It has to be a good strong glue, otherwise the jigsaw pieces come off the card, and then that's not much fun as a jigsaw, is it, if you've only got a card that you're making into a jigsaw. So anyway, so the lady linked me up to the second machine and it started working. But I go into my phone to look for the Google Photos album, and it doesn't find it. Remember, I've spent hours putting all the photographs I wanted, and I had 200 photographs in there. I wasn't going to have 200 printed. I was going to choose as I went along which ones. And of course, it didn't find them, did it? So then I had to just start from scratch, back to the drawing board, start from scratch, going through of finding the photographs, except that it didn't find half the photographs I wanted. They're all there. They're all there on my phone, but it didn't find them. Because what happens, I've got my phone set to back my photographs up to Google Photos as soon as I get back home on the Wi-Fi. It backs them all up every day. I don't have to think about it, it just does it. So of course they're all there, and what I should have done was take all my clear my phone of photographs and only load the ones I wanted. But of course I didn't know the system was going to fail, did I? I should have thought so, because shenanigans always happen. Anyway, so I started going through and I found some of the photographs I wanted, and we printed some. Also, by this time it was 4:30 and Boots closes at 5 o'clock. So I was, not got a lot of time. The ladies there were very helpful. So we went along and we did some, but we couldn't get to all the ones I wanted. And I didn't know how to do it. I said, well, why isn't it letting me? It's taking me into my Google Photographs, but it's only giving me a selection of them. And most of the ones it was giving me were not the ones I wanted. So anyway, and I needed to do it today because from tomorrow onwards I'm going to be with family, and I really didn't want to do things while I was with family, but it looks like I might have to, or I might have to go to a plan B of some sort. Don't know what that is yet. I will have a think about it and see. But I usually can come up with a plan B if plan A doesn't work. So I've got some of my photographs printed. So today I'm going to be sticking those onto the mount board and letting that dry very well before I cut them. Because if you cut it while it's wet, then it'll all fall apart and it won't be much good as a jigsaw. So I'm going to be cutting them. That'll be a job I do fairly, soon after I finish the broadcast. Except that what I've been doing before I started the broadcast, I'm sitting on my bed. And I don't know, I've got a little festive Christmas tree I've put up there for you. Can you see? And I'm sitting on my bed. I've got my lovely new bed table. I showed you in yesterday's broadcast. Look, I've got a bed table that goes over my legs, and it's brilliant, and it's got pockets in the side. And look, I've got some friends in the pocket. I found these, but after I'd done all the shenanigans in Boots closed at 5. Then I went across to Smith's. I bought myself some craft magazines, which I haven't bought to show you because I forgot. But I bought some nice magazines that have got some, all the craft magazines always come with free goodies. Well, they're not, you buy the magazine and then there's extra bits in it. So I've got some free stamps. I've got robins and all sorts of things. I've got lovely bows and stamps and dies that I can use in my crafting. So I went there, and on the counter was this little fellow. And stop. And he was accompanied by this little fellow. And stop. And I couldn't resist them. Normally I resist everything like this, but they were reduced from £12.99 down to £4. And I just thought, that's good for a squishy toy. But that's a musical squishy toy, and I've got 2 little grandchildren. So I thought, wow, I don't know if I want to part with them because they're so lovely and squishy. But I thought I'd bring them to see you. So I bought those and some magazines in Smith's to entertain me. And then what did I do? Where did I go? And then I couldn't resist going in the Works, because the Works is one of those shops that has a big magnet outside, and it goes and sucks me in. Hello, Sarah. The Flaming Galar coming in from Australia. So we have Hazel coming in from Australia, and we've got Sarah coming in from Australia. Sarah's coming in on Facebook. I think Hazel was coming in on YouTube. So yes, I'm fine, thank you, Sarah. Hope you're well. And so here we are. So there's my lovely new friends, but then they're going to go off to go and live with my little grandchildren. Okay, but I really don't want to part with them because they're so nice and squishy. And I do have a special thing for gingerbread men. So anyway, I thought they were a bargain, reduced from £12.99 to £4. So they decided they were coming home with me. And then I went into the Works, and I bought a few little crafty bits for the little grandchildren, because they're 2 and 4. And the 4-year-old was the one who said, make sure Granny lets us use her squishy machine. So I have to make sure I've got my squishy machine. Hazel, nice to see you there on YouTube. Excellent. That's Sarah and Hazel, both in Australia. So I bought a few bits and pieces. The Works is amazing. Crafters Companion is brilliant for most of my crafty stuff, but the Works is marvellous for lots of little bits. I got some little gems and all sorts of things for the little people to do their crafting. And I'm so thrilled that they like crafting. And I'm thrilled that my other grandchildren like crafting as well, because sorry, it's something we've got in common. It's common ground, and it's things I can do when I'm with them. Oh, sorry. Oh, Excuse me. Apologies there. I'm generally very well. I don't know where this little cough's come from, but obviously I'll monitor it because I don't want to get it any worse. I shall be staying in the warm and the dry, making sure that I don't catch anything I shouldn't catch like I did last year. Well, doing my best not to. Oh, I found a musical note. I've got a musical note on my bed tray here. Look. Whoops, don't know if you can see. Put it on front of my look. A musical note. That's come. I cut out lots of musical notes the other day because a friend of mine was here and she wanted. I think I told you she wanted a 60th birthday card for a friend of hers who's in the choir. So I made a lovely card with all shiny glittery card and shiny card, and pink and silver. And then I cut out lots of notes in pink and silver. That one's a white one. That one's escaped as a white one. I don't know. Anyway, that's by the by, isn't it? So I'm loving my little lap table, and I'm just loving the way that the cheeky people are sitting in the end of my lap tray. I must peel this sticker off. You know, it's one of those. Oops! It looks like it's gonna peel off easily. If it doesn't, I've got some special stuff from Crafters Companion that takes all the sticky away. You know, on things that have got stuck. So, I can't spend too long on the broadcast today. I've got a ton of stuff today, and then tomorrow I'm into family time. So I may do lives tomorrow. I may do videos for now through to Christmas and the New Year, because that's family time for me and it's precious, but they may allow me to have a little bit of time chatting to you. If not, I'll just make some videos quietly in a quiet moment and pop some videos up, because I'm not going to abandon you for 2 weeks. That wouldn't be very nice, would it? So anyway, just take it as it comes. We'll see how we go. But before I came on live this morning, I've been busy, and I bet you can't guess what I've been doing. But if I show you this, maybe it might give you a clue. If I show you this, will that give you a bit of a clue? On my bed, like you do, I have a hammer and a screwdriver. Why would I have a hammer and screwdriver on my bed? Why do you think that? I'll tell you before you've got time to guess. Because my lovely friends went to IKEA and they bought me my next, well, they got for me. I did a click and collect, and they collected it. I clicked and they collected, and they bought me my next Alex set of drawers. Look, so I've been making drawers sitting on my bed before I started the broadcast. So I've done 2 drawers because I want to get done today, because there's a lot of mess in my flat, and I want to put as much away as I can before I get into my family time. The family are not actually coming to my flat, fortunately. It's a bit small, but I want to tidy up. So I've made 2 drawers up this morning, but of course I went to find my hammer where it was before and it wasn't there. But that's because my friend used it when he was making my table up the other day in my craft room, my nice new table in my craft room. So I'm thinking, if you had my hammer, where would you put me? And I looked all round, because it wasn't away where it was supposed to be when he needed it. But I found it for. I knew exactly where it was. You know, I'd left it lying around somewhere like I do. Anyway, of course, he'd put it back in the cupboard it goes in, but he'd put it on top of a basket, and I just couldn't see it because I was looking further along. And then all of a sudden I saw it. So I've got my hammer. I need my hammer for banging the bits in, and my screwdriver. I knew where that was. So I have made up 2 drawers. This is what I'm making. Another set of these lovely Alex drawers. Ailey's saying, well done, Lynn. Some workmen would charge you £50 to build the drawers for you. I know, absolutely. And I just, these IKEA things are so easy. The only thing is, when I made these up before, I made a little mistake, and my friend put it right for me, because you see here, this is where the drawers go in and out, and a metal runner goes along here. And when I put it on, I put the screw in from this side through that way, and they came loose. So he looked at them and he realised I need to put the screw from the inside to the outside. So this time I will get that right. So Karen, hope you're well, joining us here. Karen's coming in from Facebook. Nice to see you. Nice. So that when I finish the broadcast, I probably will go and get myself a drink because talking too much makes me cough. Generally, I'm not coughing much. So, this time last year I was coughing my heart out and my lung collapsed. So, this time it's a little cough. I'm just going to monitor it. If anything else happens, I shall be straight on to the medics. But self-care, what we need. And I'm going to do some self-care. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the Alex straws together, and these little people will keep an eye on me and make sure I get it right. And they might sing to me while I do it. Let's do it again, because I can. I do love that. I so love these sort of things. When my children were small, I bought them it was like a snowball, and it had a thing inside, and you threw it on the ground, and it spoke to you. And one of them was a snowball, and it said, "I'm melting." I can't remember what the other ones were. It was just that one that stuck in my memory from ever since. And they loved them. They just kept throwing them on the floor. And this time, I'm lots of memories of when my children were little. All the shenanigans to get everything done in time. My heart goes out to my daughter who's got 4 children, and to my son and his fiancée. They've got 2 children, and all the rushing around and the chaos and all that getting everything ready, and all I've got to do is sit here in my flat and worry about going to get some photographs. Sarah loves the gingerbread man and the snowman. So did I, and they're so lovely and soft. I'm still quite a softie for things like that. My daughter, when she was living at home with me, she loved the snowmen that I think it was Tesco's produced them, and every year they produced a snowman about that size, and it would have the date on, and it would give them a name, and each snowman was different each year, and she ended up with quite a collection of those. I think she has one of them now because, of course, she moved on. She got married. She might not have the space for them initially. She's got a bigger house now, but even so. So I think she's got one of them, but I just loved going out, making sure I'd got her that next one. I remember, for Toby, I got him Star Wars stuff. If only we had kept it. He's into Star Wars now at the age of 48, and he had a birthday recently, and I was looking at some of the stuff on a Millennium Falcon like he had for Christmas one year. Wow, it's hundreds of pounds now. I don't know whatever happens to our Star Wars stuff, but life changes. I had to move and then move again and that sort of thing. And, I don't know wherever any went, but so what? It doesn't matter. So Karen's saying, right, let's have a look at this. A remedy. Your sister-in-law swears by odorless garlic pearls, 1 a day, available from Boots. As a severe asthmatic, you were sceptical. Since taking 1 a day, your chest has been clear. Worth a try. Absolutely worth a try. I will take that on board, Karen. I'll take it on board and see how we go with that one. Excellent. We do love the top tips here, everybody. Thank you very much. Now, so when I finish with you, I will go. I don't finish with you. Oh, sorry, that doesn't sound right. When I finish the broadcast, I'll go and get myself a drink, and then I will probably partake of my Galaxy. Oh dear, my advent calendars are stuck together. Oh dear, oh. Oh look, when I was in my bedroom, over at the side here, I've got a craft trolley, and this advent calendar attached itself. I've got some double-sided foam tape here, and it attached itself to the back of the advent calendar. And I was moving, and it went with me, so I pulled it off, so it's just across there, but forgot to take it off the back of there, and that stuck that to that. Oh dear, never mind. We'll put it there, and we'll sort it out afterwards. So yes, what I was going to say was I'll go and have a coffee, and I'll have my chocolate out of my advent calendar because I can, and then I'll get on and make the drawers. So I'm hoping to have the Alex unit made up by lunchtime, because I've got a ton of stuff to do all today, and there's so much I want to do before I get into family time tomorrow. So that's the plan. So I am in bed with an Alex set of drawers. That's on the other side of the bed, all laid out, all the bits laid out, so I could just get them. And here's, look, a good bag of bits, screws and everything. There was one piece missing, but I'm hoping it's not going to be vital to the whole thing falling apart or not falling apart. I don't think it will. So I'm getting quite an expert at putting IKEA furniture together. At the end of my bed, I bought recently a set of drawers. Can you tell I'm trying to get my flat into some decent sort of order and all sort of organisation and tidy, and not looking so much like a Steptoe's yard as it used to? It was all bits and pieces of a table for here and this and that, and actually it's getting much more into a rather nice place to live. It's a nice place to live anyway, but it's actually getting more organised. How come at the age of 73 I'm suddenly deciding to get organised? It may not last. Are you predicted? Are we predicting a white Christmas on Isle of Wight? I don't think so, Ailey. Our climate is a little bit warmer than across. Not a lot warmer, but we have a few degrees warmer than the mainland usually, and not always. But I don't think we're predicted a white Christmas. Don't worry whether you can spell or not. I knew exactly what you meant, Ailey, so it doesn't matter. I'm a teacher, but I'm not checking spelling anymore. It's not important in my world. If I can understand what you mean, it doesn't matter whether you spell it right or not in my book. So, what was I? Oh, I know. Let's have a chat about Strictly. So, how many of you watch Strictly Come Dancing? So, those of you in Australia, don't know whether you know, we have a program called Strictly Come Dancing, and it goes on for about, how many weeks has it been on? 13, 14 weeks, 15, I can't remember. September, I think it starts, and they choose some celebrities from TV and radio and those sort of things, and then they match them up with one of the professional dancers. And some of these people have never danced in their life before, and the girl who actually won last night had never been a dancer. One of the runners-up was had dance lessons. But it was such a close call last night. I would not like to have couldn't predict who was going to win. They were so good. Oh right. Oh yes, Sarah says they have it, but it's called Dancing with the Stars. Yes, so the same program. But anyway, so unfortunately, a couple of people had to pull out during the series, which was a shame. But obviously, if your health needs you to pull out, then health is the most important thing. So a couple of people had to pull out, and then we were left at the end with Bobby and Leighton and Ellie. And as I say, I had no idea who was going to get it. They were so good. The judges last night voted. They gave a score, but their votes last night didn't count. It was just down to the public vote. And Ellie, so Bobby was 20, one of the youngest ever. No, apparently there's somebody who was younger than him, but Bobby, 20, it would have been lovely for him, but it was lovely for Ellie. And I mean, Bobby had tragedy in his life. His mum was a famous person, and she sadly died when he was just about 4, I think he said. I can't remember. His dad's brought him up, and they seem to have a lovely family life. He's got a brother who totally respects him and looks up to him now. But they help each other. It's marvelous. So Bobby did a very emotional dance dedicated to his mum as one of his others. So they all danced 3 dances. They had, what did they have? They had the couples. I can't remember. They had a dance. They danced one of the dances they danced before that they chose. They had a judges dance, and then they had another dance, but I've forgotten. Somebody will prompt me. Anyway, so as I say, I had absolutely no idea who was going to win it. I was sitting in my lounge, excited by the fact that I could swivel my TV round. Do you know what? Some of the simplest things are the bring the most happiness. And I know if you've been in a previous broadcast, you'll know that I have a TV sitting on my kitchen worktop. I've got quite a. I extended my kitchen worktop with extra IKEA units, so I've got more space there now. And I put the TV on the worktop, and it was facing. I could sort of see it from the kitchen, and I could see it from the in the corner where I sat by my radiator if it was cold. But the other side of the room was the sofa. The sofa's often got stuff all over it, so there's no space to sit on it. But when I tidy up, there's a space over there. And at the moment, there is a space over there. I made sure there was a space over there. And so last night, I watched the watch from over there because I bought a little turntable from Amazon. It was, I think, £8 something. They were lots. There were some at £12 and £15, and I looked at them and I thought, you know what? I think the £8 one will do. Put it. Well, my friend was here when we unpacked the parcel, and he put the TV up on it. And I can push the TV with my finger. No weight. I don't have to swivel anything like that. I just push it with my finger, and it swivels round. And I sat on the sofa, and I had got a load of. Where I'd been cutting out all my craft stuff, I had a load of cardboard had gone on the floor, and bits and pieces and dies were on the floor because they ping and they fall. And my lovely friend had swept it all into a pile. She wouldn't clear it up and put it in the bin because she knew that in that pile there were some of my precious bits, like my little dies that go in the die cutter, because they do ping, and some of them are very tiny. And I did find 2 in there. So last night watching the. So I watched as they danced, and then when all the chatting was on and the scoring, I was sorting out all these bits to go in the bin and bits to save. And then, of course, there are bits of cardboard that some of you might think, oh, that's rubbish, we'll throw it away. It might only be a small piece of glittery card, but I could cut another 5 stars out of that, that sort of thing. So I have boxes of all the bits, and then I have, some. So I did manage to sort it all out. And Ailey's saying she likes my scarf, and let's look. I bought this as a Christmas present to me yesterday. I've got 2, and I couldn't debate. I debated which one to put on, and I went for the sparkly. But I've also got one with Santa on, because I love my scarves, but I like to change it all about for you. So that it rings the changes for you. And I thought I'd wear my red, get Christmassy. Later on, I should probably put my big hoodie back on, because that means I can keep my heating lower and still stay warm. There's no way I'm going to get cold, and there's no way I've put my heating off. But if I can save a few degrees on the heating and save a bit of money because I bought myself a lovely big hoodie, then I will. But the hoodie's not very exciting, is it? I really need a nice bright red hoodie with lots of, Diamante on it or something. But I don't know if they do them. And if they do, it would cost me more than £15. That one cost me £15. There we go. Ailey says she's going to watch Church on the Roundabout and watch the replay later. Yes, it was brilliant dancing on ice. She said, and Strictly Dancing last night. Right, so folks, I really mustn't spend too much longer, and I know that some of you will want to go and watch Crafter's Companion that's coming on in 3 minutes. I need to crack on and make the set of drawers. I want that done by lunchtime, and then by tea time I want it all filled up with all the stuff that's, a lot of the stuff that's lying around. My crafter, I'm getting so excited. I get excited about a swivel thing to put my TV on. It's just so nice to be able to just swivel the TV around and watch, across the room like that. I just get very, very pleased by small things in life. I don't live the millionaire lifestyle. I never will. It's not. Money isn't the thing that motivates me. It's people, it's community, and it's basic little tiny things. If I couldn't have afforded that £8 thing, then I would have gone without, and I would have had to swivel the TV in a more awkward way. But I am so grateful. So that was one of my little Christmas presents to me. So I have bought myself a few little Christmas presents because I could. Well, actually, my sister gave me some money for Christmas, and one of the things I did tell you, I actually put it towards this bed table. And so my friends picked this up when they knew I wanted it. I'd asked them, I know I said this before, I'd asked them, in the new year, can we go to Oasis and buy one of these? Would they take me over to Oasis so I could buy one of these things? Because I knew they were busy and I knew they were going away. So they said, oh, well, we can come by there tomorrow. So they came by. I said, well, my sister's given me some money, so I'll give you the money when you get here. So I gave her the money. And then in the end, she gave me the money back and said, I want you to have it as a Christmas present. So I haven't spent my sister's Christmas money on that. So I have spent it on the scarves, and a bit of that would go towards the swivel thing as well. So, so those are actually Christmas. I can actually send a picture to my sister and say, look, this is what you bought me for Christmas. I'm seeing my sister anyway at some stage. So I will make sure I have it on the day that I see her. Maybe I'll put both scarves on at once. Who knows? Anyway, so I have to get busy. So that's what I want. That's my day planned out. And then, so I really don't want to take too long to put that unit together, because I've got jigsaws to make, haven't I? I have got some photographs, but I have to go into a plan B now, because I'm not going to be able to get to the shops here. And I have to do a plan B of what I'm going to do for my children. Where I was going to make the jigsaw. So it might be possible to do it, but I can't explain at the minute why not. But I will, when we come back afterwards, I'll explain it all. So let's go for 17. I know I'm talking in riddles a bit. Right, door number 17 here. Who could believe it's the 17th of December already? Where did that month go? So I'm working myself up to this great feast of, what have we got today? Oh, it's a little snowman. Let's put it back. Whoops. Can you see my little snowman? So I shall work up to having... I get so excited about that. I shall have that in a minute with a cup of coffee. That reminds me of my dad. He said it wouldn't fill a hollow tooth, but there you go. I haven't got hollow teeth either, because I've been to the dentist and got it all sorted out. Right, so Santa, very nice. The kids will love Santa. The kids absolutely love Santa. I've seen pictures of the children on their visits to Santa. It's just amazing and wonderful. You'll miss doing crafts for Christmas. Will you be doing Valentine's Day gifts next? Then yes, I will. I will be doing Valentine's stuff. I won't miss doing crafting for Christmas, because I'm with my grandchildren, and especially the two little ones. They want to use my squishy machine, which means I'll be crafting, and they'll love it, because little children need entertaining all the time. So Granny will be making all sorts of who knows what I will be making. I've actually got to do a bit of quick knitting when they're not looking. Maybe when I'm in my in my room without not in their company, because there's one or two bits, small items that I wanted to knit, and I haven't got there yet. So I've got to make sure I've got the knitting and the patterns and the wool, everything ready. That's all got to be sorted today. So it's a very busy schedule. So let's just finally, before I know that Sarah will be itching to get onto the Crafter's Companion. I know yesterday she put it up on the big TV and had me on one of her gadgets. But then she went and they were talking to her, and it's so nice when you put a comment in the comments. And I mean, which is why I try to talk to all of you, because I know it's really nice when the person who's doing the broadcast talks to you personally. And I know that yesterday they were talking to Sarah on that broadcast. I haven't watched that broadcast yet, Sarah. I was too busy. I have to watch the replays. Anyway, quickly before you need to go. Door number 17, and it looks like it's quite a big door. It's here. So let me get my oh dear. The whole thing's getting a bit tatty now because of all the doors being open. Oh, you've got your iPad today. Oh, so you've got us both. Have you got the TV and the iPad on? Right, so look. Oh, right. So who's going to guess? I nearly opened it without letting you guess. So this silver bit, look, it's a great big one. So it's one of the big ones today. Anybody guess what's in there? I've had some amazing things. I've used the glitter glue already. I think I used something else that I'd had in here. I can't remember. Oh, hang on a minute, folks. I've got to go to the door. All right. Hang on. Let me take you with me. Somebody's knocking on the door. It might be the lady who sent me a message. Hang on. Let's go. I'm just coming. Hang on. What? Sorry, folks. I just have to go to the door. Right. Hang on. it Sarah?
Oh, Sam.
Sam, I mean. I saw a message come in, but I'm actually live streaming. And I've been like, no, it's fine. I was live streaming, and I said to my live streamer, somebody needs to come and collect something. And I thought, I haven't seen your message, so I didn't know if you were on your way already. But it really doesn't matter because I'm just going to show what look, folks. This is what's going. All 20 cards.
Thank you so much. I'm going to send them out to people who are being friended.
Yes.
So,
yes. I think I've put labels on all of them, but Karen said that she would get envelopes for them. But they. So I hope you like them. Do you want to give away for them? Look. So this is wonderful Sam, who's collecting the 20. So my audience have seen all of these. I had them out and I showed them. So they stand up, you see. Yeah. Oh, actually, look, that one's come up. I'm stuck. Can you just stick that one down? Whoops, there we go.
That's so beautiful, though. Thank you so much.
I hope they enjoy them. I think they will.
Yeah,
and I was so happy to make them.
And it will definitely brighten up people. It's
nice, that's what I thought. And each one is different.
Yeah.
Because Karen, I said, do you want them the same or do you want them different? I'm so glad she said different because it's more fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Okay, Sam, thank you so much. That's wonderful. That's all right. And in the future, if you need things like that, just let me. So, are you a volunteer there?
I work as a volunteer coordinator.
Oh, bless you.
I'll link these all up with the people who are a bit lonely or isolated.
Excellent. And you might be able to think, oh, that one suits that person and that one suits. Because I made a variety. I made some cheeky ones that, some people who like a bit cheeky like me and like little children. Yeah. And then,
thank you so
That's
much.
all right. Okay.
Really
so I'm sorry I didn't respond to your text, but when you knocked on the door, I know exactly who was going to be standing there. Thank you. Bye. Bye. So, folks, there we go. Wait a minute. And one of my ladies is in Australia. Two of my viewers are in Australia, and they said you do a wonderful job. Oh, she just put that on there. So.
Thank you. Wow, Australia.
Yes, we have a global audience.
Oh, wow. What is it you're streaming about?
I'm known as the Go Live Granny. Right, sorry folks, you can listen to this. And I started live streaming about the Isle of Wight because the people Visit Isle of Wight who are supposed to promote the island don't do YouTube or anything.
Oh, right.
They don't tell the world that we're here and we've got a beautiful island.
Yes.
So my son taught me when I was 68, so I'm 73 now, to live stream. And so we live streamed all the carnivals and all the events and everything and pushed it all out on YouTube.
Yes.
And then pandemic came.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But my audience still wanted me and I had a huge audience. So this was a patch of grass out here before. Yeah. And I created a garden and live streamed the garden. I was ill last year. So if you think it's a bit weedy, my garden, it's because I've been ill, seriously ill. So the garden is going. But it's going to be paved and have some pots and that. And then I also live streamed indoors about my knitting. So we got lots of knitters because people shared it, and then knitters knitted for all the charities.
Oh wow!
So some of the poppies that came in for the charity and that. They were all knitted by done by my community and other things in the past. And it's amazing, you see, how you can adapt. Yeah. So that's how and then of course I've had a year of recovery from serious pneumonia, and finally I'm just back. And the reason I'm live streaming this morning is I've got advent calendars and I've been opening them. I'm a crafter, as you can see, and I had the Crafter's Companion advent calendar. So we've been looking and seeing what's in the doors, and I got a Galaxy one as well that my daughter gave. So that's what we've been doing. So and they're still all watching. Oh well, there you go. But I tell you what. It'd be fantastic for the charity. Yes. So let's in the new year get some live stream. I have live streamed from Aspire in the past.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
And I mean there's so many changes there because I was in on Aspire before it started. Before Heath had the keys, I knew about that. And another friend and I we were asked to do a makeover of the first room. You know the downstairs room. Yes. It was like Challenge Annika. Get in the troops And I ran a network group for businesses, so I pulled everybody in and said, can you paint, can you do this, can you do that? And we did the first room when it first started. So that was amazing. But how many years has it been open?
Well, I've been there just about nearly a year now, but it's changed a bit. Yeah, like you said, they've had changeovers and that. But it's been going for a few years now.
But actually, tell the viewers what it does.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. So Aspire in Ryde. So it was a condemned church, and as you said, it was done up, and it's now a community hub. So there's a big soft play in there. They give meals to people in need. They're making up frozen hampers as well.
Oh, fantastic! Because I know they have a cabinet where people can go and get food, don't they?
We distribute like bread and things like that, and we have a community fridge there as well. But they're doing Christmas meals that they're going to deliver to people. They're doing the toy appeal as well, where they're going to be giving out loads of toys to children on the island. It's very deprived, even though people don't realise it.
Yes.
So obviously after COVID and everything, so they're going to give loads of toys out to children in need, which is really nice. They've got a creative hub down there.
Yes.
So they invite all the kids down. They play guitars, and we had children in need as well, because that was all a part of that.
Excellent.
So it's kind of like it's brought it all back to life, and then we're trying.
And they grow in the garden, don't you?
Yeah,
they said they made a garden where they actually grow food and then cook it. So the air miles are not air miles; they're air footsteps, aren't they?
And then a bit of what I do is I try. If there's we've got the living well side of it as well. So if there's anybody lonely or isolated, we trying to buddy them up with like friends on the phone.
Yes.
And that's what you've made as a card. So we're going to send it to those lonely
people.
Oh,
right. Okay. Well, that's brilliant. I wasn't quite sure who the recipients were. So there's 20 in there. So I hope that's enough for you.
That'd be plenty.
Good.
So it's just the people around the island who they'll get it, and it will brighten up their day. So,
well, and you know what? I try to make cards that people don't want to throw in the bin. You know that actually let's put it up and let's let it shine out. So, and I've taught in my illness since January. That's how I've learned to make those cards, because I watch Crafters Companion shows every day, 3 shows a day for the year, and that's how I've learned so much. And other people on there's another couple of girls I watch, and that's how I've learned to do that. So it's all community. It goes round and round and round. So there we go. So anyway, okay. So thank you for being part of my live stream as well. I'm glad you weren't shy. Some people say, "Oh no, I don't want to be on camera." Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. So, folks, there we go. That was nice, wasn't it? That was an unexpected part of the broadcast. So, what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm just going to finish up now. So I'm down here in my stairway. I'm actually going to be having a stair lift up here, but I can still get up. But at the moment, I'm going to finish the broadcast, because sometimes I have to sort of go up on my up and down on my knees. So I'm going to finish up. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. And as I say, you got that extra bit in because I didn't know. At the beginning of the broadcast, I saw that Sam sent me a message, and I knew that she was wanting to come and collect today, but I just told her, obviously, I didn't see the message because I was streaming. What a great job that she wasn't shy, wasn't it? So anyway, folks, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going upstairs. I'm going to have coffee. I'm going to have my little advent calendar chocolate. Oh, did we? We didn't open door number 17, did we? I'll have to go up the stairs and open door number 17. I didn't show you what was in it. Hang on, you just have to wait for me to climb up the stairs. So hang on a minute. If you want to see what's in door 17, of course, she knocked on the door before I opened it, didn't she? Let's go back up the stairs. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, look, I bought some nice sparkly bits. All these bits. Oh, and here, this is the jigsaw die. Look, this is the jigsaw die. And let me get it out and show you what it's like. Whoops. Oh, hang on. Let me put you down for a minute because I need 2 hands to pull it out. Here we go. So look, this is what a jigsaw die looks like. So I put the photo on the mount board, put this on top, put it through my squidgy machine, as my granddaughter calls it, and then all the bits drop out. And then I make a little box to put all the bits in. So that's fun, isn't it? Yeah, thank you. Fancy forgetting that I hadn't opened number 17. Wait a minute, we're nearly there. Nearly back to my bedroom. Oh, I am in my bedroom, but just got to get round the bed and back onto the bed. Whoops. My lovely bed and I've got lovely warm fleecy under blanket and warm fleecy duvet cover to make sure I stay nice and warm. Whoops, here we go. Sorry, folks. Let's put you back. Let's put you back there. Let's get my bed table over the top of my legs. Oh, you get all the action here, don't you, folks? You can't say I don't do anything for you. So we did door number 17, and I got as far as that, and nobody guessed, but I'm going to open it anyway. I don't think it's glitter glue or anything like that comes in a tube. It's not that shape, and it doesn't have the feel of that. So let's have a look. Aha! Let's see. Oh, it's a stamp, and it's a die. Excellent. So let's put those down. So it's a beautiful, whoops, that way. Can you see? It's a beautiful, can you see? A beautiful die. Yes, and a beautiful stamp, Sarah. Oops, the stamp says, well, the stamp says, just for you. So that's it, a stamp and a die. How lucky am I? These will go in my stash, and at some stage I will make things from the advent calendar. I've been just so busy in my retirement, busy enjoying my life, and the thing is, these days, if I just want to sit and watch the world go by, that's what I do. You know, it's all about, I mean, I don't have mega lots of things I do. I volunteer for charity, but you know what? If I hadn't got those 20 cards done, I would have just had to say, sorry, not possible. But I paced myself, and I knew I could get them done. And I know that they will brighten up other people's day. And I know that, you know, what I do helps you, what you do helps me. You know, the community, it's about a community all working together. So I'm glad I've brightened your day, Karen. That's really nice. Look, that's what she's put. Gosh, Lynn, you really brightened my day. Now, you see, I could have said, oh, sorry, I'm not going to broadcast anymore. I'm going to go and answer the door. But, you know, it was all still important. And I can remember, I just got to remember an incident way back. It was my birthday. And I knew my son he was living in Australia at the time, and I knew he was coming over sometime around my birthday because we had an event that was happening that he was going to be doing the following week. But I didn't know when he was coming. And back in those days, there was a thing called, I think it was called Blab. And it was like 4 people could be sitting in a box on the screen. And you had one person hosting, and then you could have other 3 people in the boxes round. And my son built up a whole global community on that. And I used to join in. And I can remember... you know, some of them were in Australia, Sarah. Some of the people in Australia, they were round the world, and I used to join in. And then, of course, it was all odd hours because all your hours are different. You see, so it was the night before my birthday, and I'd been joining in on Blab, and then I went to bed, but for some reason I couldn't sleep. So I was still in my jammies, but I got up and I was watching. Oh no, that's right. They wanted me to jump on, so they messaged me and said, you know, they knew I was awake because obviously I put some comments, so they wanted me to jump on. I said, well, hang on a minute, I'm in my jammies. I'll just get changed. These days, I might just not get changed. I might still come in my jammies because they're so lovely, aren't they? Some of them. So I said, okay, I'll get ready. So I got changed. It was the wee small hours of the morning. I mean, it was coming up. I don't know what time it was, but it was quite wee small hours. And they were chatting away to me. And unbeknown to me, they were talking to my son as well, who was not on camera, because my son was not on camera because he had just zoomed across the world from Australia to arrive on my doorstep on my birthday. And because these people all knew Tristan and they knew his plan, they told him I was awake because he wasn't going to come to my house until 8 o'clock in the morning because he wasn't going to knock on my door at like 5 o'clock in the morning and scare the living daylights out of me. So he was going to park up and come up at 8 o'clock in the morning. But because I was awake they messaged him and said she's awake. So he came and knocked on the door, and I knew when there was a knock on the door, I had a gut feeling that the only person going to be standing on the other side of the door was my son. As I say, I knew he was coming, but I didn't know he was coming on my birthday. And so I did that the same as I did there. I picked up I kept the live stream going, and we went down. And of course, they were all in on the secret. And it made it nice for them to see him actually arrive on my doorstep. So, that was amazing. He tried to cover all his tracks so that I shouldn't see that he was crossing the world at that time, because I'm online so much that it's very easy to find these things out, that you only need one slip up. Anyway, it was a wonderful surprise, and it was just amazing. So anyway, I will be seeing that son. I will be seeing the other son and his 2 children. I will be seeing my daughter and her 4 children, my sister, and yes, so lots and lots of family time from now onwards. So I may squeeze in a live stream tomorrow, but I think it's very unlikely because of my plans. Well, certainly not at first thing in the morning, maybe later in the day, but who knows. And what I will do is I'll try and put videos up, so you will see the rest of the contents of the calendar, but it depends which way I do it, because obviously family time. Anyway, Hazel's off. Hazel can go to bed now. Bless. Bless you, Hazel. Thank you. Sarah's saying that fantastic to be together all over the world. It's amazing, isn't it, what we can now do? And it's why I don't feel so isolated. My son did live in Australia for a while. I could have been really upset as a mum that he was right over the other side of the world, but no, we communicated more probably that way than we ever did when before. So and then Sarah's saying good night, Hazel. And Sarah's telling me to have a rest now, Lynn. You've done a great job today. I'm not going to rest. Well, I'm going to pace myself, Karen. Don't worry. But I'm going to finish making up the drawers to go in the craft room, my new Alex drawers, because I really want to get that done and get the stuff in it that's sort of lying around. I just feel like I could tidy that bit up. Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are in the world. Enjoy the rest of your day or your sleep or whatever it is, because obviously we're all on different times here. And I will see you again soon. Watch out for videos. Watch out for live streams. Who knows? I don't know what will happen because of family time. And of course, family time is precious, but you are all precious to me as well. If I don't speak to you on a personal level like this, but it's recorded, I will wish you all a very, very happy Christmas and a fantastic New Year. But I will pop up somewhere along the way. Bye now. Take care. Thanks for joining me.